I am pretty sure that I have single-handedly put a few resellers out of business in my 9 years as a reseller. And that's not my intention. Like, I'm not trying to come here and put anyone out of business. I believe that we can all succeed. I want you all to succeed. I wouldn't be making these videos if I didn't want to help you succeed. Like, there would be no point. So that's not my intention. And I can't know for sure, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I have definitely put some resellers out of business. And so that's what I want to do today, is talk about this as kind of like a warning to all of you so that it doesn't happen to you. I bet I have. And the reason why is I think my processes will win over your nonsense in the long run. And like, that might be harsh, but I do that sometimes. My processes, my dialed in systems, my strategies for influencing sales, my inventory system, like all the different systems and processes that I have that I've developed over 9 years and that I share with all of you, will put someone out of business. Because if you don't have those processes or those systems and you're literally just kind of floating by the seat of your pants, you will likely inevitably go out of business. It may not happen quickly. It might happen over time. You might think you're making money, but you're actually not. I've seen that before. It will put you out of business in one way or another. Or you just won't be making any money. And so I want to get into that with you, because if you think that you are one of those people where you are in danger of being put out of business by someone like me, this is a good wake-up call. If you think that you're someone that wants to be like me, and not intentionally, but have the processes that could put other people out of business so that you win, then this video is for you too. So let's go ahead and dive in. Download your free reseller resource guide today. I constantly update and share with you discounts, favorites, tools, and resources to help you with your reselling business. After the video, click the link in the description and get your totally free guide today. So I see a lot of resellers, they're quitting. They're selling off their inventory. I see the posts in the Facebook groups. I see them on Instagram. I see the posts, closet closing sale on Poshmark, although I don't know if all of those are true. I think some of those are a sales tactic. And sometimes I even buy these people out. So P.S. if you do decide that you don't want to resell anymore, DM me on Instagram and I'd be happy to take a look at your closet and see if I can buy you out. I look at it as like, it's something that I can do to kind of help make the going out of business part not so good, because some people don't have anyone to sell their stuff to and they just donate it all back and take the loss. So if I can help with that, I'd love to. So I don't want you to go out of business. I'd much rather you be a reseller. But if you are choosing for one reason or another to go out of business, hit me up on Instagram and I'd be happy to take a look at your stuff. So I want you to be a reseller because it's awesome and I don't want you to go out of business. But I do see that people, they have good items, maybe they don't have good items, maybe they have good photos, but they don't have good keywords. Overall, the business is not that great, or they have no strategies, like they're sending offers willy-nilly, but they're not sending nearly enough of them, or they're not progressive and aggressive. Like, there's just no system. There's no process. And there's no way that it makes sense to end up in the camp where you're definitely going to make money at this. Like, I treat reselling as a business. I've always treated it as a business. And I have a process and a system for everything so that someone else could take over, even though I'm the only one. I mean, I used to have a photographer and I do have a virtual assistant. And I did have like another kind of shipper helper person for a while. But, they were moms and they kind of come and go, and that's fine. So my business is where I could plop it in someone else's lap and they could totally run it. But most people don't have that. And you don't necessarily need that. But you don't have the processes or the systems that make it a good business that will produce for you. And really, that's what we want, right? We're not doing business because like we want to be Walmart and have this giant company, right? Like, we just want to make a living. We want to make a living. Some of us are moms and we want to be home with our kids and we want to make some money. Some of us are, work full time elsewhere and we just need to make some extra money to help cover the bills or pay for a vacation. or whatever. We just want to like offset our thrifting habit, which is not me because I could care less, but I know some of you like to shop. So we all are in this for different reasons. But I don't think any of us should be in it to not make money from it. Like, it's a lot of work. We buy a lot of stuff. We do a lot of tasks. We sit on this inventory. We spend money. Like, we should be making money. And the ones that don't have processes and systems are the ones that aren't making money. And then they go out of business. And so I don't want you to be one of those. I want you to be one of the people that wins with your processes and systems. So processes win, and this is where we're going to get into it. So if you think that you don't have good processes and systems and you may be in danger of going out of business, maybe not now, but at some point, by the hands of someone like me who has their shit together, then this is what we need to do, because this is how you're going to get daily reliable sales. This is how you're going to have a system and process for everything. I'm going to go through all of them right now. And I have videos on my channel basically for every single thing here. So I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of them. I'm going to list them all so that you get an idea, and then you can pick and choose what other videos on my channel you may want to go and watch to kind of get the nitty gritty on it. So I have videos on everything here. So I think I have 14. I'm looking at my notes. I have 14 things that I think you should have a process or system for. And if you don't have it, you should get one. Now, it doesn't have to be my process. I think I have an Instagram post on this. Like, I don't care if it's my system that you adopt, you should have a system. So you can look at my system and then say, that girl's batshit crazy, I'm gonna do my own thing. That's fine. Like, do your own thing. Or maybe you say, I didn't really think of it, but I guess because I do it this way, and I do it this way all the time, that's a system, but I never really thought I had a system. That could be too. If you do the same process for your photos, that's a photo system. But if you do a different process every time for your photos, that's not a system. So this is what we're talking about. Okay, so the first one is sourcing criteria. You should have it. I don't know if I have a video on this. If I don't, I will. But basically having sourcing criteria, I buy this, I don't buy this. Or it has to fit into my pricing formula in order for me to buy it. Or I source this way. I buy from these places. Like for me, I don't go to thrift stores pretty much at all. I used to go to the bins and the Goodwill retail. Now I buy from Helpsy Source. I buy from Boutique by the Box. I buy from Bazaar. And I buy one-off things on Poshmark sometimes to flip. And I buy things on ThredUp sometimes to flip. And that's how I get my items. Sometimes it's pallets or whatever, but like that's my sourcing criteria. I buy things that I can spend $5 to $10 on, that I can list for $50, so that I end up with a minimum of $8 profit or higher. That's my sourcing criteria. I want to make you aware of the hottest, the best deal I have ever offered in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy. To find it, all you have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will find this right here. Hot deal, best value, all courses and digital downloads for life. This is it, friends. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm giving you everything I have in my academy, all the digital downloads, all the courses for just $20. The best part is if I create a new digital download going forward, you will get it absolutely free. This is the time to lock in the best deal I have ever offered. All you have to do is go to Rebecca the Reseller Academy, scroll down to Hot Deal, and purchase it for $20. If you're wondering what comes in this, it's everything. So you're going to get all of my courses, and you're also going to get all of the digital downloads that I've created, including my keywords list, my listing forms, my Poshmark closet signs, everything that I have created, and everything that I ever will create will be yours for literally $20. Offers. I have vanilla lists, which are things that I don't buy. And so that's my sourcing criteria. I have a plan. The next thing is a sourcing process, which I kind of led into, is that I go on my Helpsy site once a week and I see what they have. I go on Boutique by the Box once a week. I go on Bazaar. I see what they have. I see on ThredUp, there's certain saved searches that I have on there that I kind of focus on what I want to buy from there. I go to my buy, sell, trade store, and there's certain items that I know I can buy at their price and still flip for a good profit. So I know what my sourcing process is. When I have a pallet that I buy, I know what my pallet process is, and I've put that video up. So I know how to sort it. I know exactly what to do with it. So I have a sourcing criteria, and then I have a sourcing process. You should have that too. Then I have a processing process, which I have put up on my channel. It's called the Perfect Poshmark Processing Process. Yes. And so that is basically like when you get the stuff, what do you do with it? I try to hang it all on my rack. I have a rack. I have multiple tops hangers. I have multiple bottoms hangers. I want to get everything on there so that it's not getting wrinkled. I don't really steam things anymore. I don't really sweater shave anymore if I don't have to. I try not to. I don't buy flawed items. And so everything's hung up and I do my process. If you wash items, then you're going to have a washing process. And if you steam items, you're going to have a steaming process. I don't have all those processes, but I used to. So processing process. The next is your photo process. I have my ring lights. I have my photo backdrop. I have my clothing rack. I have my nice hangers. I have my bags. They're numbered. They're ready to go with my inventory system. So it's all there. All my stuff is there. My measuring yardstick. I use a yardstick, not a tape measure. My measurements forms are there. Like everything is ready and I have a photo process. I know exactly what to do. I have a video on my channel about it. I have all the tools and my digital downloads that you can have. So there's a photo process. I know that I can do 10 items in 30 minutes or more items. Like that's the average because sometimes they go faster, sometimes they take a little longer depending on the item. So I even know my numbers, right? So I have a process. Then I have an inventory system. I have the chronological numbering system. So I label my bags. They all have numbers. I know how many I can put in an IKEA bag. My IKEA bags have a range on the outside and they go up on my storage unit shelving. And I know how many items I can fit in my storage unit, how many in there. When things sell, I condense the bags. I have a whole video on this. So my inventory system is set. I don't waste time on it. I don't think about it. Things aren't all over. There's no piles. I know exactly what to do. Boom, efficient. Can find all my items every time. That wasn't always the case, but it is now. I have a listing process. Got my photos. I do my pick, tap, go to brighten things up. I put them in a Google Photos folder, send them to my VA. Boom, boom, boom. She lists everything for me. And then I just go in and check it, price it, and set it to go. Bing, bang, boom, it's done. It goes into Vendu. Everything's tracked in there. It's perfect. I have a listing process. I know what my listing template is. I have all of that set up so that she knows what to do. I know what to do. Everything is consistent. Listing process. Next is a pricing formula. I mentioned that earlier. So I know I can buy an item for $5 to $10, list it for $50, sell it for up to 50% off, and end up with $8 profit or more. As my worst case scenario. Some things, are on the high side, some things are on the low side, some things kind of flop in and out of it. But for the most part, I have this process that allows me to utilize automation and it makes everything easy and I always know that I'm making money. Pricing formula. I have a sharing process. I have everything loaded into Posture VA. I have my little remote computer over here. It does the work for me round the clock. Little sales soldiers. Boom, boom, boom. Sharing, sharing, sharing. It is one of the most important things to making sales. If you are sharing on your own, you're doing way too much work and you're not sharing enough. I promise. So, sharing system. Then offer to likers system. Consistent, progressive, and aggressive. Offer to likers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a whole video on it. I have talked about it in many videos. This is the waterfall strategy with some added things that I've brought to it to really get in front of the buyer and influence sales as much as you possibly can. And this is, again, sales army out there working for me all the time. And I'm making sales at baseball practice. I'm making sales in my sleep. I'm making sales when I'm making videos. I'm making sales when I'm helping at school at the PTA, when I'm cooking dinner. Those processes are happening for me because of Posture VA. Without me having to, they're independent from me, which is wonderful. And so Rebecca the Reseller code gets you 20% off your Posture VA. That helps you with your sharing and your offer to likers process. Then your relisting strategy, whether it's covering for new listings. So like I don't have anything to list today, so I'm going to relist 5 things. Now I have 5 listings. Okay. Or like I do, I only relist things over the holidays because I don't want to put up new listings over the holidays and I take a break. Or now, when it's not the holidays, 10 listings are being relisted every single day so it can cycle through my closet every few months. And so that's just part of my normal listing activity as new listings go up, but relists also happen. That's that. Poshmark VA is a tax-deductible business investment that pays for itself many times over each month. It increases Poshmark sales because it shares and sends offers more than I ever could manually. It handles all my shares, automatic offer to likers, bulk offers, and it can do price drops and relists. When my coaching clients add Poshmark VA, it makes more sales basically immediately. The best part is that you get your time back. More time with family, thrifting, whatever. Get 20% off with code Rebecca the Reseller and the link below. Price dropping process. On Thursdays, I drop my closet 10%. Not my boutique items, those stay the same. But my closet items, my Zara, my Eileen Fisher, whatever, Torrid, those things get dropped. When they reach a certain floor, my VA knows to go relist them and the process starts all over again. That system is awesome because it rejiggers the offer to liker strategy because now it's dropped in a price. So then when the offer gets sent out, there's a new low and that brings in sales all the time. So that's a good one. Bundle process. People can go into my closet in the middle of the night, bundle 2 items, get 20% off, and that happens all the time. Sales just happen. People bundle 2 things. They don't want to send you an offer. It's the middle of the night. They're shy. They don't want to insult you, or they just need it. They just want it and they don't want to deal with the back and forth and they don't know if you're going to answer them or whatever. So they just buy it with your bundle discount. Yes, bundles. Awesome. Lovely. Also, I send out bundle offers and I add likes to bundle with the My Shoppers feature. So there's things that can happen on the bundling side. Then there's everyday promotions. I do that with my 2 for $50 Eileen Fisher pants, 2 for $30 belts and scarves, 2 for $60 cashmere sweaters. I have everyday promotions all over my closet and they make sales all the time. People see it in the, I make a little graphic, they see it in the listing, boom. So that's my everyday promotion strategy. Then I have my Shopper strategy. I have 2 videos on this, and once a quarter, usually around a shopping event, I'm sending out a big blast with a comment, get people excited, have a big discount. Then I'm also going to bundle the offers and I'm also going to send the bundle discount. So I do all 3, or sometimes I just send the comment. Either way, it's another different system that layers on top of all the other ones to make more sales happen. So that was 14. It was a lot. It was a lot. Like, I do a lot of things and it sounds like a lot, but I don't actually, because they're systems and they've become systematized, I don't think about any of this stuff on a daily basis. Like, my offers are going. Yesterday was Thursday, the prices got dropped. Sunday, I'm going to do a bundle thing. When it's Super Bowl, I'm going to do a Super Bowl big My Shoppers thing. Like, my clothes are on the rack. Those are going to get photographed later. Like, I don't think about any of it because it's already done. In the beginning, if you need to set up a process for all these things, yeah, you're going to have to, I would say take a week and say, today I'm going to work on my sourcing criteria for the next week. Okay, then let that kind of fester. Okay, next I'm going to work on my sourcing process and get that going. Like, I've built this up over 9 years. But if you want to end up where I am, which is not working that hard and making a decent amount of sales, then you need processes. You want to be the one that doesn't go out of business. You want to be the one with the processes that win. And I'm one of those people, and I see it all the time. People that just throw in the towel, they go out of business. I mean, it could be for lots of reasons, but a lot of it is if they were making money, they wouldn't be going out of business, even if the other thing happened. So don't be the people that go out of business. Be the people with the processes. Continue to resell. I think it's great. I'm super passionate about it. And I wish you all the best. And I'm here to answer your questions about these systems. I offer coaching. You can ask simple questions in the comments and I'm happy to help. So I'm here for you. And I wish you nothing but the best. So get the processes that win. Don't go out of business. See you next time. Bye.